YouTube's Darkest Channels, Part 7. Know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a creepy video today. Let's get right into it.
Tell you what we're gonna do today.
Flash warning. Flashing images.
We're gonna do
Video
this.
contains things that may be
Nice
upsetting.
guy
Okay?
must die. Nice guy must die. Nice guy must die.
Yeah, that's creepy as hell. Nice guy must. It's crazy.
This is my house from the street. Here is my car. This is a 2-bedroom brick ranch, conveniently located.
It's the final day of February 2008. A 47-year-old man living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania named George Sedini publishes his very first video to YouTube under the channel MOS B46PGH.
Whoa.
I paid $79,000 for this in 1996. That's considered a lot, believe it or not.
The upload, titled How George Pittsburgh Lives, was almost like an old-school house tour of sorts, as George proudly displays the outside of his home, before then doing the same
Pittsburgh?
inside.
Open it up. Oh, someone left it unlocked. That's not good.
The fuck?
Inside.
This
okay.
better be his house.
Pan to
creepy
the other
as hell.
side.
Seemingly making a point of mentioning every minute feature in the otherwise dim and empty home.
Here's my big screen TV. It's my computer, couch and chair. They match. Dining room set, shoebox full of old pictures.
This is creepy.
To anyone who may have stumbled upon this strange video or Sedini's channel in general back in 2008, it would likely come off as entirely uninteresting
yeah.
and far from anything
Ordinary.
disturbing.
Yeah.
However, to those who find it today,
Find out.
this couldn't be more different,
Oh, hell no.
as the account carries with it a layer of disturbing context
Oh,
due to the
hell
events
no.
that transpired after this first video was published.
Oh no.
Events that have since transformed the MOS B46 PGH page
Chill.
into one of YouTube's darkest channels.
Please meet every woman's
Do
dream.
something so she
Nick
remembers your
proudly
name.
Keep your mic
presents
with you. Make sure it's someone you can trust.
YouTube's
Be careful.
Darkest
It's all I can
Channels,
say.
I'm gonna post this and see what comes back.
Part 7. Okay? Come on. That's creepy as hell. Don't creep me out, please. Don't creep me out. The hell?
I'm sure most of you guys have heard about the TikTok ban at this point. And honestly, there's something about it that's been bothering me. You or I could do a simple Google search and in the matter of seconds
is an
find
ad.
countless different data broker websites where you can buy pretty much anyone's personal data for just a few bucks. And not only can anyone do that, but it's also perfectly legal.
Yeah, I'm not
Little
sorry.
hallway, 2 bedrooms.
We're skipping
2
that.
bedrooms. To the right is my bedroom.
Without any
Oh.
context, it's hard to know what the purpose of George Sedini's first video was, if it even had one at all. The
This is
entire
creepy.
thing just
This is
felt
just
so
creepy.
random. But within the footage itself was one clue that hints at the fact that George
No way.
actually had a very specific reason for uploading this,
No way,
with that
what?
clue coming in the form of a book on his coffee table.
What?
Okay, come over here. There's some reading material that we're all familiar with.
It was
Office
called How to Date
Politics.
Young Women for Men Over 35, which
How
was
to
about as
Date
creepy
Young
as it
Women?
sounded.
My first guest
The
today
fuck?
is a 51-year-old bachelor who says if you're a single woman over 30, you're a dating has-been. Please meet every woman's
That's
dream.
him, huh?
Don Steele.
Is that him? Don Steele? Oh no. Oh, he's the one that made the book. I'm tripping.
Its author, Don Steele, had made a living as a dating counselor and life coach, creating various books and programs that were geared towards socially awkward men, exploiting them with the promise that someday they'll be able to get the younger girl of their dreams, even after they reached middle adulthood. And all
Hell
that they
nah,
had to do was
tweaking.
pay for his course, pay for the book, and dedicate themselves to becoming more desirable.
Bro, a course cannot really help you get a young, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a young, like, I don't even know, bro. How can a course really help you, like, get riz? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who the hell is teaching you? Duke Dennis? Like, you know what I'm saying? The hell, like, you know what I'm saying? Paying for that course is down bad. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
And George Sedini was the perfect target.
Oh no.
Despite having a successful career as a systems analyst at a law firm, he struggled to maintain any relationships with the women that he met.
Oh no.
It had been well over a decade since he last had a girlfriend,
Oh,
and
no.
despite desperately wanting one, George
gonna
just
become
seemed
a
to
cra-
lack the
he's gonna
ability to
become a
connect
crash
with
out.
women on any level,
Oh,
even
no.
as just friends.
No way.
And as his isolation began to grow,
He became a menace.
so too did his obsession with finding a girlfriend.
Oh no, he's gonna do
George had
some
nearly
shit.
given up these pursuits too, until he was introduced to Don Steele's course, viewing the program as his last real shot at human connection, obsessively reading the book to the point that he was supposedly able to recite passages
No
by
way.
memory alone. On top of this, he would also attend many of this supposed guru's in-person seminars.
Oh, no.
With some of his
Sound
visits
bad.
even being captured on camera and later posted onto Don
What?
Steele's
That's
YouTube channel.
him!
It used to be down here. It was called a codpiece, and it's gradually over the years moved up here. So it's read like an erect you-know-what.
And it was in these courses where George was subjected to all sorts of bizarre and unsettling ideology.
Crazy
Turn around here, look at me, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today more than anything else. We're going to do this.
What is this creepy ass man gonna teach
Nice
us?
guy must die.
Nice guy
But despite
must
agreeing
die.
with this man wholeheartedly and following all of his work, George was still making very little progress, which was evident by the footage of him attending these seminars, as he appears incredibly nervous and kept mainly to himself. And so, recognizing
no.
that George had much to improve on, he was given an assignment by one of his instructors.
Oh, no.
He was
What
told
is
to
it?
film a video of his house, so that the instructors and everyone else in the class
Could
could
see
see if
what
he
he
was
had.
really making himself and his environment desirable enough to any woman who might come over.
Okay, couch and chair, they match. The woman will really be impressed.
The hell?
Knowing this, the footage feels so much lonelier, as it was almost like he was trying to sell his way of living
Yeah,
as being
that's
good enough for a
crazy.
partner that he was really
Yeah.
no closer to finding.
That's sad, I'm not
There's
gonna
something
lie.
so depressing about it.
It's depressing as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. That is sad. Like, if you're a genuine nice guy and you just can't even find love, it's low-key sad, you know what I'm saying? It's actually sad, you know what I mean? Imagine you're like 35, 40, no, you haven't found no one. You know what I'm saying? You're just by yourself, working, slaving away. Like, bro, that is sad, I'm not gonna lie. So, like, bro, I do get their point of view of feeling lonely and stuff, but, like, damn, you don't gotta do something crazy, bro. Like, if you're really that down bad, you know what you gotta do? You just gotta chase it. You gotta want it, bro. You gotta deadass you gotta go up to every woman, bro, and just find any nice woman, bro. Simple. Any nice woman, bro. You don't gotta have the perfect woman, bro. Simple. Cause, bro, when you're lonely, bro, and you're already a grown-ass man, it is different, bro. It's sad. I'm not gonna lie. It is sad, but damn. I hope this didn't go crazy wrong, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I hope he ain't do nothing crazy, bro.
It. And this wasn't his only
No.
video.
It's easy for me to hide from my emotions for one more day. Take a long drive in the car, listen to some music, daydream, or just do some mundane task around the house that really doesn't need to be done, that's not too important.
Okay.
And there you go, one more day. And one more day turns into one more year.
Okay.
Months later, on June 23rd, 2008, George would return with an upload he had filmed inside of his basement. And in it, we get more insight on just how severe his isolation had become, though he still held on to a sliver of optimism thanks to Don Steele's course.
Damn.
Now, RDS says that I have approximately maybe 15 more years to be successful at this. And when I heard that, I wanted to continue immediately to start moving on this. I didn't realize I had that much time. So what my objective is to be real and to learn to be emotional and to, to be able to emotionally connect with people.
Before he eventually reverts back to talking about his uncanny desire to find a younger woman.
Because when I'm 10 to 20 years older than she is, she has to feel good about this thing.
Ending the video with hints of an uncertain future.
Oh, hell
I'm gonna
no!
post this and see what comes back.
That's creepy as
He
fuck.
would never upload again.
Damn.
And soon after, it appears George gave up trying, essentially accepting his life of loneliness.
Damn, that's
But
sad.
while this would be the last video made to his channel, he wouldn't leave the internet entirely.
Oh, hell no. What are you
Soon
doing?
after this final video was posted, a website was launched called GeorgeSedini.com, which served as a place for George to blog about his emotions.
Oh,
and
no.
while something like this could have been beneficial for him,
Oh, no.
this website would instead only serve to capture his descent into madness.
Oh, no.
An immediate red flag was raised by the very first text you see on the website, as George wrote, "Why do this? To young girls? Just read below.
The
I
fuck?
kept a running log that includes my thoughts and actions after I saw this project was going to drag on," with the line serving as some sort of bizarre disclaimer, though with no other context. George's entries began.
Oh, hell no.
December 22nd, 2008. Time is moving along. Plan to have this done already. I will just keep a running log here as time passes. Many of the young girls here look so beautiful as
The
to not be
fuck?
human. Very edible. After joining
What?
the gym, started lifting weights and like it. This early post
joined a
encapsulates what
gym?
this blog would be focused on.
And he's-
Young women he would see throughout the day, his time at the gym,
Oh, hell no.
and his plan.
Oh, no.
This plan was never expressly stated on the website, but it was something he obsessed over, mentioning it in every single one of his posts and dubbing it the the exit plan,
Oh,
even
shit.
going as far as to provide a date and time for it. January
the
6th,
hell?
2009, at 8:15 p.m.
What?
Before this day would come,
8:15?
however, he would provide further insight into just how lonely he was.
is
Moving
he
into
good?
Christmas again, last Christmas with Pam was in 1983. Who knows why? I'm not ugly or too weird. No sex since January 1990 either. I was
What?
29. No shit. Over 18 years ago. I actually look good. I dress good. I'm clean shaven, bathe, touch of cologne. Yet 30 million women reject me. Over an 18
Nah, bro, you know what it is, bro? It's not even that, bro. I feel like it's either two things, you know what I mean? It's either he's doing like way too much research and not actually going out there and, you know what I mean? Not actually going out there and talking to women, or, you know what I'm saying? Not even trying to make friends with like girls or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's either he's like basically just practicing everything behind, you know what I mean? Behind closed doors, like trying to get with a partner, and he's not doing nothing, like, you know what I mean, out in the real world, or he's just awkward as hell, you know what I'm saying, or like, you know what I'm saying, or he's just like awkward as hell and just he can't build up the courage, you know what I'm saying. But like, this is very sad, I'm not gonna lie. Like, no one should be alone like that, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're just a normal person, you know what I'm saying. You should not be alone. No one should be alone, you know what I'm saying. It's sad, it is different, I'm not gonna lie.
or 25-year period. That's how I see it. 30 million is my rough guesstimate of
30
how many
million?
desirable single women there are.
Not
With
30
several other
million.
posts of the same
There's
nature.
not 30 million women in your city though, or your state, you know what I'm saying. Like, the fuck, you only got like how much girls that are your age, you know what I'm saying, fit the category. It's probably like maybe a million, like, I don't know, like, but around you though, you know what I'm saying, maybe 100,000 or whatever the hell, near the 100,000s though, for sure. 10,000 too, you know what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro, there's gonna be one nice girl that you can connect with, bro. It's, you know what I'm saying, it's just about trying and going out there, bro. You gotta explore, you gotta go out there and live life, bro. You gotta show people you're not creepy, you know what I'm saying. You gotta show people your personality, you know what I'm saying. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying. You gotta just show people you're not a weirdo, you know what I'm saying. You're not on a weird timing, you know what I'm saying. So you gotta just show people basically a good time, you know what I'm saying. But damn.
The day eventually came for his big exit plan, January 6th, with George writing one message that afternoon.
Oh no.
I can do this. This log is not detailed. It is only for confidence to do this. The
Oh,
future
shit.
holds even less than what I have today. It is 6:40 p.m., about an hour and a half to go. God have mercy. I wish life could have been better for all,
Oh,
and the crazy
no.
world can somehow run smoother.
Oh, no.
I wish I had answers.
Damn it.
Bye.
I
Despite this appearing to be his final post, George Sidini wasn't quite finished, as he would come back only hours later, writing simply, "It's 8:45 p.m. I chickened out. Shit. I brought the loaded guns, everything."
what?
Whatever George Sidini had been planning that day, it was clear that his exit plan was something incredibly
guns,
disturbing.
yeah.
And based on his use of guns, plural, it was likely not just an exit plan for himself.
For different people.
But thankfully, he didn't go through with it. In fact, he seemed to have dropped the plan entirely, as months
Better.
would go by without any update to his blog. Though this wouldn't last, as in
No.
April of 2009, he began posting yet again, with these entries being even more disturbing.
Oh no.
July 23rd, 2009. Wow, I just looked out my front window and saw a beautiful college-age girl leave Bob's house, across the street. I guess he got a good lay today. College girls are hoes. I masturbate, frequently. He is about 45 years old. She was long-haired, hot little hottie with a beautiful bod.
Damn.
I masturbate, frequently.
What the fuck?
The strangest part of this entire website was, according to those he worked with and the neighbors, they all thought George was normal. A little
What?
off, sure, but it appeared that these disturbing thoughts and plans were kept solely in his blog
Yeah, bro.
and solely in his mind.
Yeah, he had.
But on July 28th,
He wasn't there
2009,
mentally, bro. He was not
this
there
would all
mentally.
change.
Yeah,
George
bro.
had boarded a Port Authority bus that day and took a seat, carrying with him some sort of duffel bag. And as the
With-
ride commenced, he unzipped the
guns.
bag and began to fiddle with something inside of it.
Oh hell no.
An anonymous man sitting next to him noticed this and curiously leaned over to see what he was doing. In George Sidini's hand was what
gun.
appeared to be a
A
grenade.
fucking grenade?
The stunned passenger ran off at the next stop and immediately alerted the police. But bizarrely, nothing actually came of this. No explosions happened that day,
What?
and upon police eventually tracking down Sedini 2 days later, he was searched, but there was no sign of this supposed grenade,
No
and the
way.
man who had reported this incident was unable to positively identify him.
No.
And so, George was released, allowing him
No.
to continue on with his day,
He's gonna do
and to
something.
continue on with his posting.
No.
August 3rd, 2009. I took off today, Monday, and tomorrow to practice my routine and make sure it was well polished. I need to work out every detail. There is only one shot. Also, I need to be completely immersed into something before I can be successful. I haven't had a drink since Friday at about 2:30. Total effort needed. Tomorrow is the big day.
Yo.
Last time I tried this in January, I chickened out. Let's see how this new approach works. Maybe soon I will see God and Jesus. This was the final
Yo.
update made to GeorgeSedini.com, and unlike his previous attempt at carrying out this exit plan, this time he didn't back out.
He ain't back out, bro. Oh no. Oh no.
On August 4th, 2009, George Sedini would enter an LA Fitness in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania,
No.
and walk directly into a woman's aerobics class
No.
with a duffel bag in his hand. He then dropped his bag on the floor with a
Oh,
loud bang
no. Oh,
before
no.
he closed the door and shut off all the lights.
What?
In a moment of darkness and confusion, one witness recalled that she felt the presence of someone who didn't belong there.
No.
Before total
Oh,
panic
no.
would ensue.
Oh, no.
Everyone was just screaming so loud. At first, I didn't even think shots were being fired. It was so surreal.
No, man.
At that moment, George Sedini had brandished 2 guns from his bag and opened fire on the group of 30, all of
What?
whom were women, which was entirely the point.
What a fucking menace.
In that dark, cramped room, George would discharge his weapon 52 times,
52?
striking 12 different women and then himself.
Bro, you're a fucking menace, dude.
Of the injured, 49-year-old Elizabeth
No!
Gannon, 38-year-old Jody Billingsley, and 46-year-old Heidi Overmeyer
No!
would tragically lose their lives, while the others were left with permanent injuries, both physical and mental.
That's fucked up.
It wasn't
man.
hard to find a motive. George had spelled it out right there in his blog.
He just
He
wanted to
desired
hurt.
women so
Yeah, he
much
wanted
that
to-
his
yeah.
inability to ever gain a real connection
Yeah,
with
he was
any of
hurt.
them turned his infatuation into pure hatred.
Pure hate.
And this is how he
Damn
wanted to
it.
make them pay.
That's
And the
fucked
ironic
up,
part
bro.
is that this was all so avoidable, as these plans were heavily implied on his website, which had been publicly available online for
Yeah,
roughly an
bro.
entire year.
That's
Yet
fucked.
no one cared enough about him to ever look.
Damn, bro. No one even cared, bro.
It is easy for me to hide from my emotions for one more day.
Knowing what we know
Bro.
now, George's channel is highly disturbing, as it shows us a glimpse into a mind on the verge of completely snapping, and
Yeah,
a
bro.
last gasp attempt at achieving normalcy by a person who would go on to become a monster when he didn't get what he wanted.
Yeah, bro. He turned into a
Just
monster.
everything
bro.
I need.
I cannot defend that man, bro. That is
Well, that about
atrocious,
sums it
bro.
up.
You do not kill people. You do not hurt people because of some like that you didn't get. You know what I'm saying? Especially people that ain't even like do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? Like he just went into a random gym and just went crazy and just started hurting people. Like, bro, those girls did not do nothing to you, bro. They don't even know you, bro. Like it's just fucked up, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Hi guys,
Damn.
I am with Lewis.
Next channel.
Having
That's just sad.
It's
bro.
called a hard stare, and it's for when people have forgotten their
Shut your
manners.
ass up.
having a little drink.
Chapter 2. Displace.
Mark Williams always dreamed of being a YouTuber.
Displace? Oh, parkour.
He had grown up watching parkour content on the site, becoming
Shit.
attached to both its many talented creators and the hobby itself,
What?
eventually becoming so inspired by it that he launched his own channel in
channel, yep.
2019, at
Okay.
the age of just 15, with Mark hoping that someday this channel would make that dream of his come true.
Okay.
The page went by many names over the years, but eventually Mark would settle on the moniker Displace. And depending on who you ask, his videos were either extremely impressive or extremely irresponsible. They showed scenes of Mark high atop buildings, jumping rooftop to rooftop, climbing on massive abandoned cranes, and fleeing from security guards and the cops on more than a few occasions.
Police are on
the way
already now.
Yeah, they'll catch me then, won't they?
You have to catch me? What kind of Disney movie is that?
Often seen with him was his younger brother, who he had grown incredibly close with, which was due in part to the fact that Mark was somewhat of a loner and didn't have many friends in his own personal life.
Damn.
Though according to his mother, this wasn't necessarily by choice, as she explained that he did desperately want friendship, and he was incredibly caring. He just had a habit of making the wrong friends, describing Mark as trusting to a fault.
Damn.
Mark's longing for camaraderie became especially apparent not long after the launch of Displace, as his brother slowly began appearing less and less in his videos, forcing him to do these free runs by himself, which he implied was something he didn't enjoy nearly as much.
My
Damn.
brother, who was part of the channel, Ben, he's not now. I don't think he's coming back at all. He ditched me, leaving me by myself, and I've got a problem with talking to myself as well.
This,
Damn.
coupled with the fact that he was dealing with the tribulations of growing up, led to his uploads on the channel becoming more and more
Less.
sporadic, as he would often go dark for a few months, only to return with the promise of more consistent uploads.
Yeah, I feel
Alright
that.
guys, don't know if you can see me or not, but I promise you this place is coming back.
That often never came.
Damn.
It was clear that he still longed to be a YouTuber, he just needed some sort of a spark. And sure enough, at the end of 2020, he would find one right in his own comment section.
No, what comment section?
In a since-deleted video, Mark would receive a comment from a man named Lewis Ashdown,
The
who
fuck?
explained that he was a big fan of Mark's content and that he would love to join him in an upcoming video, as they both just so happened to live in Uckfield.
No way.
It was exactly what Mark had been needing, a friend.
A friend.
And not only a friend,
No
but a
way.
friend
No
he could
way
make
his friend-
videos with.
No way his friend
And
did it
so
wrong.
that's exactly what he would do.
No way.
Hi guys, I'm back here with Lewis, and we're going to do the water treatment facility
No.
in Uckfield on the industrial estate.
Please don't tell me.
See you in a sec, guys.
From their first meeting on, Lewis became a core part of the Displaced channel, leading to the two growing closer by the day, with Mark speaking about this bond on a live stream in March of 2021.
If you're going exploring at an abandoned pub, yeah, keep your mate with you. Make sure he's someone you can trust,
Yeah.
you know, and be careful is all I can say. Because in the video where me and Lewis climbed the college, you know, I was constantly looking out for him because he did get dangerously close to some of the edges, but you know, that's what life's about, isn't it?
But despite finding his new parkour partner, Mark still had other issues getting in the way of his uploads, as he was now 18 years old and was facing the reality of having to get a job,
Yep.
forcing him to put his channel on the back burner. Mark discussed this struggle and the many others he was facing at the time in that same March livestream, with his tone about Displace's future sounding less than optimistic.
I've been doing some talking with Lewis, seeming like he wants to get back into climbing and stuff. I haven't actually done it since Christmas, and I've got a bad back, right?
Damn.
It's been getting worse and worse lately. Don't know why. I need to go to the hospital and have myself checked out. I am not sure where my channel is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing these videos. I don't know if I'm going to be doing different videos or whether I'm going to stop completely.
But unlike other times when he had gotten down on his channel, this time he wasn't alone, and his friend Lewis was there to have his back, as he pushed Mark to continue his work, even showing up in the comments of this livestream under the name Moral Unknown, where he went as far as to offer up a potential location that they could film their next video in order to get Mark re-inspired. We'll do Buxted Hotel first video back? And sure enough, just days later, the two would arrive at Buxted Hotel to begin filming yet another video.
Hi guys, I am with Lewis,
Okay.
just having a little drink.
Please don't tell
This
me
would be
something
their
bad went
last on
wrong.
the Displaced
No.
channel, as not even 2 months after it was uploaded, both Mark Williams and Lewis Ashdown
We're missing.
would vanish without a trace.
No. What happened?
It was the waning hours of Saturday, May 29th, 2021. Mark met Lewis at the Maresfield Recreation Ground to have a few drinks and discuss their next potential video. Though once there, it was the drinks that took priority, and very quickly Mark had become intoxicated, leading to him
No.
calling his house to tell his aunt, who he had been living with, that he would be heading back now. On the call, his aunt could tell that he was drunk, but Lewis chimed in to assure her not to worry, telling
Yeah.
her, "I'll get him home safe," which made his aunt feel
No.
slightly better. After
Okay.
all, it was only a short few-minute walk back to the house anyway.
The hell?
Instead, 12 hours would pass, and
Damn,
Mark
no
still
one.
hadn't made it back, while
Damn.
Lewis himself also failed to arrive home. At some point during their short walk back, both boys had disappeared. They were reported as
No.
missing the very next morning, and the area they were last in was combed thoroughly, though very little was uncovered. Around them had been large pockets of forest and murky bodies of water, leading to some questioning if perhaps the boys had gotten
Drowned?
lost, or even had fallen into the water.
No.
Though regardless of the theories, as a full 24 hours passed, many began to fear the worst. Until something strange happened.
What happened? What happened?
Reports
What
began pouring in from witnesses claiming to have seen Lewis.
happened? Yo.
Some thought they saw him leaving a local pub the morning after he supposedly had gone missing, while
No.
others had seen him at a local movie theater, seemingly completely unaware that the whole town was looking for him.
No way, man.
These sightings introduced the possibility that the boys were perhaps runaways, causing several pleas to be made throughout the
No.
press, begging them to come back home. But it would be the police who would find Lewis first, tracking him down at his friend
No.
named Liam Hansen's house.
No.
There, the cops fired off a barage of questions, as
No
they not
way,
only tried to
Lewis-
get answers as to
Lewis
where the
did
boys
something.
had been,
Lewis
but
did
more
something.
importantly now, they needed to know where Mark was.
Yo.
Throughout all the sightings, it was only ever Lewis that had been spotted. And even now, after searching this friend's
No.
home, Mark wasn't there either. So where had Mark Williams gone?
That's fucked.
Well, Lewis himself offered very little, outright refusing to speak on the boy's whereabouts. But his friend Liam wasn't so quiet, as when
Damn.
he was questioned separately, he claimed to know exactly what had happened on the night of May 29th,
He told him.
2021,
He
the
told
day in
him.
which both boys had disappeared. And he knew because Lewis had told him.
Yeah.
According to the
No,
boy, the
man.
night that Lewis and Mark had met at the park, Lewis poured a cocktail for his friend, and
He
then another,
laced that
and then
shit.
another, each one stronger than the last, causing Mark to become drunk almost immediately. Realizing he was drinking too much, Mark told Lewis that he had enough, but Lewis persisted, outright demanding that he keep drinking,
What?
leading to Mark begging Lewis to let him stop.
No way.
At one point, Mark's pleas finally caused Lewis to back off, as the boy instead agreed to make him a non-alcoholic drink, only for him to fill the cup with even more liquor when Mark wasn't looking.
What?
By 11:30, Mark could barely stand,
No.
prompting him to make that phone call to his aunt, letting her know that he would be back soon.
No.
Meanwhile, Lewis had been so preoccupied with getting his friend drunk that he was still fairly sober at this point, and in his
No.
sober state, he promised Mark's aunt that he would get him home safe. Seconds after that phone call ended, Mark hunched over to vomit, which is precisely when Lewis pulled a large kitchen knife from his pocket and plunged it directly into Mark's back.
What?
Mark stumbled and asked Lewis to call him an ambulance, being unable to comprehend what had just happened. To which Lewis responded by laughing, before doing it again.
What? And
And
again,
again,
and again, and
and
again.
again.
Yo!
This is what Lewis had told Liam in the days after the alleged attack, but as Liam recounted the
Bro, I
story,
swear to God, this is why you cannot go to like somewhere like you cannot go somewhere alone with like someone like that you know a little bit, or you know what I'm saying, that might snake you. Imagine you go out to a forest or some shit, like a hike with a homie that you think is your homie, and then you just get stabbed or some shit, or you just go out sad. Like, that's why you dead ass gotta have good, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know who's real and who's not, bro. Cause damn, bro, that's sad.
to the police, he made it clear that this wasn't just a tall tale, as he had actually seen it for himself.
What? What you mean?
When Lewis had told him the story, he pulled out his phone and put it up to Liam's face,
Camera?
revealing that he had filmed the entire
Filmed it?
ordeal. And sure enough, when police searched Lewis's devices, they would find that footage,
No.
though it was far worse than they ever could have imagined.
No.
On Lewis Ashdown's cell phone were 7 total videos depicting the attack, with the footage spanning nearly an hour in total,
What?
during which Mark had been stabbed
107 times?
on top of having a number of other sadistic things done to him.
No.
And all the while, it was said that Lewis was giggling manically.
What a fucking psychopath.
When asked about
bro.
what he had seen in those recordings, Liam provided further detail on just how awful the attack was,
No.
recounting that he ripped Mark's
He
eyes
ripped
out.
Marcus'
Proper psychotic stuff. I was going into shock. I was shocked how he came out with it. I wanted to run and tell someone. This was
Holy
clearly not a normal
shit.
crime. It displayed a level of evil and
Fucking
hatred that goes
psycho.
past human comprehension, and due to its brutality, police assumed that surely something must have happened between these two to breed so much hatred inside of Lewis. But according to Lewis, this wasn't actually the case. Instead, he stated that he had simply found Mark to be annoying, and that he had been
What?
wanting to kill him for some time because of this, and had
The
just been
fuck?
waiting for the right moment. Plus,
is
he always
messed
wanted to
up.
know what it was like to kill someone,
That's just
and
weird.
that was it. That was his entire motive.
Say goodbye, bro. Go to prison.
Lewis Ashdown would be arrested the day he was found and later sentenced to life in prison
Yeah, go to
with
life.
parole eligibility in 25 years.
Yeah, bye-bye.
While Mark's body was found dumped in a nearby body
River,
of water and eventually given a proper burial.
Damn, bro, that's sad. R.I.P., bro. Oh my
Hi
god.
guys, I'm back here with Lewis. And,
Bro, this kid was nice enough to bring this random ass kid into the YouTube channel, bro, just for him to do him like that, bro. Swear to God, bro.
We're gonna do the water treatment facility.
That's fucked
With
up,
this
bro.
context, Mark's channel is utterly devastating. All he wanted was a friend to film videos with.
Yeah, bro, and then he
But
got...
sure enough, as
got
his
a-
mother had warned, he was trusting to a fault.
Yeah,
If
bro.
you're going exploring at an abandoned pub,
Go
yeah,
with your mate.
keep your mate with you. Make sure he's someone
That
you
is
can
not a
trust.
mate, bro.
You know,
That is not a
be
mate.
careful.
Which brings us to a disturbing revelation.
Sad, bro.
Just months before he would kill Mark, Lewis was the one that encouraged him to get back out there and film with him. And based on his testimony that he had been wanting to kill Mark for a long time,
That's sad.
it makes it very clear that he was doing this not to be a good friend, but to get Mark alone in an isolated spot
Yeah.
so that he could carry out
Kill
his
him.
plan. And adding more weight to this theory, when they visited the Buxted Hotel, which Lewis himself had suggested during the live stream, Mark was uncharacteristically drunk.
Damn.
Hi guys, I am with Lewis. Just having having a little drink.
little shit, bro.
Okay, so we'll smash this after we smash these.
which was never really part of his channel before that upload. And Lewis was uncharacteristically nervous.
We're going to do a couple more bangers. Can't tell you what they are in case
That's fucked up, bro.
anyone's watching that shouldn't be
Actually
watching.
fucked up, bro. That's sad.
He's watching.
Well, no, I mean watching the videos. Because yeah, I know that the police do watch my channel sometimes.
Paranoid even of being caught by the cops, despite being totally unfazed in previous videos, where in some he was literally being chased by security guards. And coincidentally, by the end of this video, we get an indication as to why Lewis was so nervous. Because he had been carrying a knife.
A knife.
All this leads me to believe that night,
yeah,
Lewis
you
pushed
can't
Mark to
carry
film a
one.
video in an abandoned location,
You can't
then
carry
got
a
him
knife.
drunk, and was going to carry through with the murder, before eventually backing out for unknown reasons. And all the while, Mark was completely unaware, never once suspecting that the man he had been filming with had secretly been plotting to kill him,
That's fucked.
and one day would actually go through with it.
Okay, I'll wrap it up now then, guys.
That's actually just sad, bro. He looks
Yeah,
like a
I'll
good
see
kid,
ya.
bro. Like, bro, that's just messed up, bro.
Stay on this side and go across. Well, this should be quite amusing. Enjoy.
Joshua Brown.
Joshua Brown started his YouTube channel back in 2010, a time when many individuals, including himself, used the site to upload random videos
shit.
offering momentary glimpses into their lives. Joshua was in his mid-30s at the time and had recently finished serving in the Navy, before eventually settling down in Canton, Ohio, where he focused on his many passions. He loved driving, he loved technology, and he loved a little bit of danger. And
Okay.
soon, he became infatuated with a product that was essentially the sum of all three.
Tesla. What the hell?
For
What's gonna
Joshua,
happen?
these electric vehicles were a technological marvel and the future of the automotive industry, and he dreamed of one day having one, with that dream eventually coming true in 2015 when he would purchase his very own Tesla Model S that would eventually become his life and his YouTube channel's primary focus. He began uploading videos of his new car immediately, but rather than these focusing on the vehicle itself, it was its most controversial feature that interested him the most: autopilot.
No,
The
something
feature
bad's
had
gonna
become
happen.
available for Tesla drivers in October of 2015, which is exactly when Joshua purchased his car and began uploading these videos showcasing its possibilities.
It takes all the stress out of it. Get to your destination slightly slower, but hey, at least now you don't have to worry about anything. It's just let it go.
He wanted to essentially be a pioneer, providing an overview of what self-driving was really all about,
Okay.
breaking down the specifics and showcasing a variety of unique situations that you might find yourself in if you were to use this driving mode yourself.
This section in here is going to be very, very difficult for the car to handle. We're filming this just so that you can see scenarios where the car does not do well, so that you've got something to judge off of it when you're driving on your own.
And he tried to make a point of doing so safely, as he never used the camera behind the wheel, and always had someone helping him to avoid any accidents. But despite his focus on safety, it was clear that he was pushing the capabilities of this brand new technology, as at this point it was still in its infancy, with
Damn.
one of the more glaring red flags being the placement of his hands.
Here we are, stop and go traffic on 271, and geez, car's
Yeah,
doing
you gotta
well
hold.
itself.
You
When
gotta be
Joshua was
close.
shown driving, he hardly ever
yeah.
had his hands on the
You
wheel.
gotta have your
as
hands
he
on the
said
wheel.
He wanted to get the true experience of self-driving. This was something that Tesla had actually adamantly advised against, and even
Yeah.
had visual and audible warnings if it detected that your hands were off the steering wheel.
Damn.
But Joshua seemed to find a workaround, as he instead used his legs to avoid tripping the sensor, while keeping his hands close by, ready to grab the wheel in case of an emergency.
How I actually do it is so that it is really actually hands-free, is I keep my knees up, because the tack works pretty good, but I can still get my foot down to a brake, and just keep it like this, because you can react so quickly.
It was clear that Joshua truly believed that this car that was driving him
No.
was safe, and this belief was only strengthened on April 5th
No.
of 2016.
No, he's gonna crash.
That day, Joshua had been driving his car on the interstate when a
No.
large truck suddenly merged into his lane, with its driver not even seeing his car. And before Joshua could even react, the autopilot kicked in and veered out of the way, avoiding what would have been a certain collision. Amazed by the event, Joshua would upload dashcam footage of the close call to his YouTube channel, where he praised the vehicle's response. "Tessie did great. Excellent job, Elon." This video would immediately go viral, exploding to over 4 million views between the
Damn.
two versions that Joshua had posted. But while the response to this video was overwhelming, especially for a channel that was accustomed to getting just a few hundred views, there was one response in particular that impacted Joshua the most. As Tesla's owner, Elon Musk, would repost the video on Twitter.
Damn.
Stunned by the tweet, Joshua would later state, "For something to catch Elon Musk's eye,
I can die and go to heaven now? What
He
the
had no
fuck?
way of knowing then, but this would not be the last time that Elon Musk would tweet about him.
Oh, nah,
though his next
bro.
feature
That's
would
gonna
be under much
yeah.
different circumstances.
Yeah, bro. No way. No.
It happened just 1 month after Joshua Brown's video had gone viral. He was driving on Highway 27 on a clear sunny day at approximately 4 p.m. With open road ahead, Joshua turned on his trusted autopilot, and it stayed in autopilot mode for over half an hour, as at this point, his trust in the car was higher than ever, causing Joshua to seemingly lose focus on the road, as he was quickly coming up on an intersection where a massive 18-wheeler had been turning left, blocking Joshua's entire lane. Joshua was seemingly so unfocused that he didn't even notice it. Even stranger, the car itself didn't detect this either, despite the entire trailer being horizontal in their lane. This was due to its pure white body, as the sun was shining so brightly against it that, for whatever reason, it became invisible to the self-driving AI.
What?
And with neither Joshua nor the car registering the danger that they were in,
They're just going right into
the vehicle would strike the trailer, going 74 miles per hour.
74
There were no attempts by Joshua
miles
to
per
even
hour.
move the steering wheel,
Yeah, bro, it
and the
was
brakes hadn't so much as been tapped.
Damn,
the collision
bro.
happened at full speed, and it happened so fast that the car drove straight through underneath, shearing the entire top of
Oh
the vehicle
my
off,
gosh!
and continuing driving full speed down the road, before it would eventually crash to a halt.
Oh.
When the driver of the truck rushed over to see the damage, Joshua Brown was already dead,
Oh,
and the
no.
truck driver could hear nothing but the sound of Harry Potter.
You can own it on DVD and video.
No
The
way.
adventure is
How?
bigger. The magic is stronger.
Why? Because of the radio or what?
Discovered in Joshua Brown's car was a DVD player, which many believe Joshua had used to watch Harry Potter while on that drive, thus explaining why he never reacted to the impending
He
collision.
was watching a movie?
Now, this is something that has been disputed by his family, and ultimately it doesn't seem to
Yeah.
have been fully proven or disproven. But in the end, the fault of the accident was placed mainly on the driver of the truck, who had made that left turn,
Damn,
and Joshua
bro.
Brown,
That's
who had failed to pay
fucked.
attention to the road, as it was revealed that during his 37-minute drive, he only had his hands on the wheel
Once.
for just 25 total
What?
seconds.
And a
Joshua
30-minute
Brown
drive,
always
yeah.
wanted to be part of the innovation of Tesla's
Damn, bro,
autopilot,
that's sad.
and in doing so, he wrote himself into the history books
Yeah,
as being the
bro.
first person to ever
die
perish
in
in
a
a self-driving
Tesla.
accident.
No,
and while this
bro.
is no doubt a
That's
tragedy,
sad.
his death has led to numerous safety improvements and a better understanding of the self-driving technology that he had given his life to study.
That's sad, man. That's actually so sad. You can't put your trust into something like that, bro. You cannot put all your trust into something like that that you don't have control over. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And that's gonna cap it off, bro. That's gonna cap it off. Leave a comment about what you feel. Know what I'm saying? What you think about the video. And like and subscribe. Know what I'm saying? We need it. Know what I'm saying? W's in the chat.
I know you notice me. Baby, I'm Fago SSD. Bitch, I be ballin' CP3. I can't let nobody Tupac me. So I just gotta keep that heat. With me, I'm giving this road for